Harry, just want to make sure you can hear us.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your help.
Okay, so
Mr. Chair.
4 after 4, and I'll call the meeting to order. I'm Dave Spencer. I'm here in place of Gail Bruin, who isn't able to be here. And so we can go through the roll.
I'm Eric Spencer.
I'm Jolene Woodmansee. I'm a planner for the town of Mansfield.
Sandy Foreman,
Andre Benetton.
Matthew Hamill.
Mike Giddings.
Stephanie Giddings,
Stephen Harrison.
Rachel Tim.
All right.
I guess the first order of business is the approval of the minutes
So
from
moved.
the last meeting. I don't know if everyone has a copy, but anyone want to make a motion to approve them?
So moved.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So now we can go to the public hearing. The first one is the application for a certificate of appropriateness of Stephanie Giddings for gutters at 568 Stores Road, which may not be the correct address.
That's the correct one.
Okay,
The one on the website and the typed up thing says 516. Or
Yes,
something.
so on the website, there's someone at some point in history supplied a list of all of the addresses in all of the historic districts, and Stephanie has brought it to our attention that her address seems to be incorrect. I wonder if I'm sorry, your address. We'll look into it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everything seems fine on the paperwork today.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
so do you have a presentation to make?
We did that last time.
Okay.
We
Since
did
it's a
everything.
public hearing, are we
Oh.
required to go?
Oh,
through
I didn't know.
Yeah, so since it's a public hearing, very briefly, if we can pull up the plans, it'll take us just a second. But if you could just say that your plan has remained consistent with the proposal that you submitted.
Sorry, I didn't know I had to do
No,
that.
it's okay, it's all right. This is pretty informal, so. Maybe
What is
the
it, pictures?
pictures, could we
Yep.
do, yeah, great, and you're gonna have to share.
Mhm.
Zoom. Yeah.
The red lines are where the gutters, the downspouts would be.
Yeah.
Right.
Just the lowest spot.
Yeah, because we have some dipping,
Yeah.
so they said that would be the best place.
Off front porch there.
Yeah, you
Like the
can
front
see.
porch on the lower part.
Yeah.
So will there be a gutter on the front edge of this little overhang?
No,
No. Okay, so the yellow line was for the
Yep.
back part.
yep,
Got it.
to the left side of it.
And the gutters will be what material?
The white,
Aluminum?
correct.
Okay, that's, yeah. Will it be covering up, there appears to be some kind of like a detail on the porch?
Almost looks like dental work
Yeah,
in
it's
here.
dental,
Wow.
Um,
This here?
it's not gonna be covering it up. It's going to be,
Above it.
Yep. The yellow, I think, is a thick highlight.
Yeah.
okay, so it's not gonna cover up that detail?
it's gonna come straight down, go against the thing,
The corner.
gonna go down and then come straight down against the wood. And it's gonna go directly down. On the
They're
side of
talking
the
about
porch.
going across.
Horizontal.
Yeah, the
Got it.
horizontal,
It's high, it'll be higher.
It
up
should
there.
be a little bit higher because it'll be on
Yeah.
that,
It'll be
the
above.
lowest part of the
You'll
roof. there.
probably see it in the grass. If
Yeah.
you're up the road, maybe you won't see it, I don't know.
Wait, can you go to
Yeah.
the- All right, everybody good with this view? Do you want to
Yes,
see
yeah.
the rest? Okay. So that I think that's pretty visible as you're coming north on 195, right? This is that side of the house?
This is the back of the house.
Okay.
Well, this is the back, because it kind of goes like this. So you can see it, but people go too fast. You can't see it. You know, if they go really slow and they stare, yes. The people won't be able to see it.
Okay, all right.
That's the same thing as the low spot in the corner.
Yeah.
of the angle.
And then that's the other side.
Is that visible from the road?
If
If
you're
you're coming
coming
south.
For a
From-
split second.
yeah, again, the speed.
Yeah, you have to look.
Carefully.
And there's no
Going slow.
detail or anything there, so that's just gonna go right at the end of the bottom of the roof there.
Okay,
And again, just for the record, the reason that the downspouts, the leaders are where they are is because of the dips in the roof.
Yeah,
Both the places that you'd normally put them
would be the end.
are not the low spots.
I
So-
see.
Are we gonna address the roof someday because it's pretty severe, you know,
We shingled it, I guess, before
and it's
in twenty
probably,
twenty-one, maybe, I don't know.
probably like maybe 24 in center or maybe a little wider. So,
It's a little, that's why the
Attic.
dips are there, yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
yeah,
It probably doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, you probably have boards that, you know, dipped 100 years ago. And now they just won't move and they're probably really solid. That's usually the case.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody have any questions of the applicants?
Nope.
Any comment from the public?
We tried to get friends here and come and,
Yeah.
no, gutter.
All right, if there's no reason to keep the public hearing open, it would probably be appropriate for a motion to close it.
Okay,
Move to close the public hearing on 568 Stores Road.
For gutters. I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And just for the minutes, the time is 4:10. So in the interest of kind of flow, what I was thinking was we could potentially move up old business relative to this application and consider it before we move on to the public. Can we do that?
No, because of the date. you got
No,
the
and the
time.
time, but we can do it after the
After.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Why not?
we could, yeah, so a motion would be appropriate to move, if the commission thinks this is a good idea, we could move old business,
Yeah.
4B, ahead of the second of the public hearing relative to, 11 Center Street.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna move that, Eric?
I will move that.
You have a second?
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, all right, so now, we can't take any more information from the applicant, because the public hearing is closed. But now would be the time for you all to discuss it and perhaps put a motion forward.
Does anyone have anything to say?
About us?
No, just the members of the commission.
Uh-oh.
Nope,
Okay,
ready to vote.
then I move to approve the application for a certificate of appropriateness of Stephanie Giddings and Michael Giddings, owners, for gutters on property located at 568 Stores Road in the Mansfield Center Historic District. Assessors parcel ID number 29.115.10, file number H0069. Said approval is based on this commission's findings that the addition of gutters to the structure is appropriate with the Mansfield Center Historic District in accordance with Connecticut General Statutes 7-4147F. I have a motion to approve the application.
Motion to approve.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So the motion is passed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, so you guys are all set. You will be getting, we're gonna publish this approval in the newspaper. That's something we have to do by Connecticut state law. You will be getting a letter from, Sandy and, from the town with, that will be your certificate of appropriateness, so you should probably keep that.
We'll file that with.
Yeah,
Concord.
keep that with your files. And then if you think of it and you could give me a call, I like to come out to snap a couple pictures so I can show the commission at a
Sure.
subsequent meeting. And then we can talk about some other matters with regard to maybe you volunteering.
Sure,
Okay,
okay,
thank you.
we already did, we talked about it, we're good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you both. Thank you.
With the cold.
Thank you, we're ready.
Jackie.
Stacked cords and cords and cords of wood, so we're
There you
ready.
go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Time to take the hot
so I
one.
move to return to the public hearing.
Yep, so now
Consider
we'll open.
3B.
Now we'll open, we don't have to do anything because we just moved it, so now we're gonna move open 3B.
Live.
We are live, yep. All right, so we'll open the public hearing at 4:15. Relative to the application for certificate of appropriateness of Rachel Tim for fencing, windows, and HVAC on property located at 11 Center Street, located in the Mansfield Center Historic District. Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
Good to see you again. Can you just very briefly go over your application? Because we do have a member of the public participating.
Okay, so the picture on the screen is indicates where we intend to put split rail fencing with black wire on the fencing to keep our dog in. There is currently the same style of fencing between the barn and the house. So if you see that it's not closed off, that's because the fence already exists there, although we are planning on putting a gate and wire up on that existing split rail fence. We also are putting a mini split HVAC system, or we are applying to put in a mini split, and the units, I think there's a picture of what the units should look like, will be on the east and west side of the house. This is the east side of the house.
Oops, wrong one. I can only do one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is it, oh, that's the wrong link. That's the front of that.
I'm sorry, no,
That's the
that's the
west
west
side.
side of the house,
Not either.
because the east side only has one. So with the lines that are intended to sort of look like gutters and match the color of the house.
Oh, sorry.
If we were to change the color of the house, which we don't plan on at this point, we can paint them. And then I think there's a picture of the other side if we need to have that.
There's two of them, but I don't get why.
Yeah, so here for commission
Lower
members.
picture.
So,
Eight.
yeah, I think it, Yeah.
With the links.
yeah, so here's the picture of the other side for commission members to look at, right? Is it, we have the right?
Yeah, that's
picture?
correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, this side and this side are the ones that are visible from the road to some degree.
And then, yeah, I'll wait to talk
And
about
there
the
was-
windows until
There
we're,
was a reason why you didn't put it to the left side of the compressor, right?
so
Closer to the corner.
so the.
Went over all this.
So yes, it's where, so that it will go straight to the point where the unit will be inside. And closer to the corner of the house would then require that they come across. I mean, I think that could, my understanding was that could still be an option and they could do the stuff inside.
It would just
Yeah.
make the it more difficult to install and less
Yeah.
efficient.
Are you planning any can you have any screening in front of these or no? Like planting screenings?
So our contractor told us that we could either build a little fence around it, or, I mean, I think my preference would be to find out how close we can plant shrubbery to block it naturally. I know we'll need to give it some space and we'll have to move or remove that shrub that's currently there. But
Is that accurate for the height it's coming off the ground?
yes.
Okay.
So right now it's sort of blocking the shrub that's in front there,
Yeah.
but so.
All right. So that's that, windows.
Okay, so the windows, we don't have any photos, I don't think, of the windows. And I will say what we've applied for is, why am I blanking on the brand of the?
Marvin.
The Marvin, what are they now called? The Signature Series, new construction 6, and the picture we have here is 6/1 because we thought that we had to match the existing windows. If we change the windows, which we're still not sure about at this point, we would go back to the 6/6, which we've found pictures that show the original. Some of the windows are 6/6, but all of the fronts are now 6/1, but originally they were 6/6, and that's what we would like to go back to, which is those windows, I think it says in here, are aluminum on the outside. We would plan on white and then like a PVC type exterior trim. At this point, the reason we're seeking approval is because we found out, we were planning on just not putting in this application, but we found out that these windows are at least 3 months to order. And we're still trying to decide exactly what we want to do. What we have decided we're going to do is we are putting a new window in the back of the house that will be this window, new construction, so that we can see what it looks like. And we want to put an insert in one of our back facing windows to see whether we would prefer the insert so that we can keep if we're going to replace the windows at all, so that we can keep the existing trim on the outside, because I think what we're looking at is what Matt has on the outside of, for anybody who's seen, on the outside of his house on the like sides and towards the back. And it does change the look of the trim a little bit. And so, I don't know, that's our current.
Am I correct
Plan.
that there are 27 windows? Is that correct?
Which
I
Yeah.
added up the quantities and I was like, I just
I
want to
should
be
have marked
sure.
out the number on here.
It's there, so there's
Um,
13 of
yeah,
those,
No,
11 of those, and that's size, I'm guessing.
so we're gonna
So this, if you scroll down, is the window that I understand we don't need to seek approval for, but we're doing something like this. We still haven't ordered it yet, on the back of the house in a room that doesn't have a lot of natural light, that isn't visible from the road. And so that we'll get to see what the we have to do new construction for that window because there's not an existing window there. And so we'll see.
Okay,
what
so
the
you're adding a
Yes.
window.
adding a window, and then we've decided to replace, again, a back facing window with an insert so that we can,
So you'll order 2 windows immediately?
yes,
um,
possibly 3, because we're also thinking about replacing, we're meeting with our contractor Friday. So we are are wanting to probably put a new construction window in our dining room,
Mhm.
which for the members of the committee who are in the house, it's a back facing window, not visible from the street.
Right.
But would be sort of next to the new window that we're going to put in, so that the style of those would match, and we'll be able to see the change that that might make to the existing windows, and then decide from there whether to go forward with the plan of replacing the other windows.
But following a recommendation from Matt, we're going to do this piece by piece because we have an insane amount of windows.
Yeah.
And we don't have an insane amount of money.
Yeah, and so we are considering, we're considering, Matt was kind enough to show us his windows and that he had the double pane glass on the original windows. And so we've decided to take a pause on this massive project, but do a couple of things to help us that will help with quality of life, being able to open some of the windows in the rooms that we will use more frequently without changing the front of the house, and allowing us to, really see what we would.
But
What
our
we're doing.
long-term plan is to replace all of the windows and have all of them be 6/6 and
So how many windows is the HDC being asked to approve today?
Well,
How many
yeah.
are,
so that depends upon
The timeline of
what details that you need for approval. If the details that you need that are the type of window that we're going to install and the style of the window. I mean, we know that for all of the windows moving forward.
just for the paperwork, I just need a number.
Okay.
Because 27 is everything, but they don't have purview over 27
So,
windows.
yeah,
so
so
some are in
so
the rear.
my understanding, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 top front, the 4 bottom front, 9 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15. Can we look at the
Yeah, there's
the HVAC of the side of the house that you have? Yeah, so it's those and the 9 in the front that are, I would say, I think we said were visible from the road.
yeah, because this isn't visible,
Right.
and then the rear is not visible, so it's 13. Just want to make sure
Yeah,
that we make
13.
it work.
And the earliest we would do that is like 3 months. That we would make the decision about ordering is 3 months from probably Friday. When, from our understanding, it's gonna take that long for us to put in the order and get all these windows to be able to see what they look like, make the decision, and then. So we're talking that like we're at least 6 months out from,
So the windows that are under our jurisdiction, there are two pending questions. One is 6/1 versus 6/6,
Mhm.
and 2 is whether it's an insert or it's a new construction window. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Those are the two
So it's,
Yeah.
moving parts,
yeah.
still moving parts.
Yes.
So, is it necessary from the committee's perspective that we choose one versus the other in the approval, or is it
Question.
feasible to do the that we've got the brand that we're looking at. Both of them are high quality windows. And would be the I think the 6/6 style is the
And I mean, we're happy to go to 6/1.
yeah.
That's if.
So from a historical record perspective, we've been asked to approve 6/1 inserts. That's what was in the application.
I think what I wrote it was 6/6,
We
actually.
we could certainly condition the motion on the specific approval, so
Can we amend our motion now?
amend your application.
Our application, which was already approved, I don't.
I think we can work it out in the verbiage of the motion, but so let me ask Dave a question. My understanding is an insert can have less glass.
And it depends on the insert. Some inserts are almost exactly the same. But those tend to be the ones that have to be custom measured, and then you get two balances, two sleeves, and a sash, and the other style is you get a whole window and you plunk it in.
So the Marvin inserts we've been looking at would end up removing about an inch from either side in terms of the glass, based upon what our contractor has told us for the in terms of like what it would mean to install the inserts in our windows. So the functional difference would be losing about an inch of visible of window space.
Yeah, and those are I guess the only inserts that we've looked into.
So I think they're the latter style insert. It's a,
They're probably coming as a unit, right?
Yeah.
And you plunk it in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
The contractor does like those ones because it's a lot less work.
Oh, it's a lot less. work.
We like it because it's less money. We are concerned, which is one of the reasons why we were
But that's why
wanting to put it in at the back to actually know how much light we would be losing, so.
I don't think the amount of light you would lose would matter at all. In my opinion, it would be more important to keep those massive sills that you have. Historically, I mean, I wouldn't even replace the windows, but we approve those regularly, so that's not really something we would,
so
force you to do.
would the insert preserve the sill?
Yes,
Yes, because the bottom is just as needed for the dual tracks for the two sashes and no thicker, right?
right.
It wouldn't have a sash.
It's sized for
Yeah.
inside the finish opening instead of inside the rough opening.
Right.
So if there's balances or whatever in there, they take those out
Right.
and put it inside the existing trim. And it seemed as though your trim and your sills were in good shape. We didn't, go around and look at each of them, but maybe your contractor has.
He hasn't looked at each of them, I don't think, I don't know.
I'm not sure. So, yeah.
Yeah,
The windows that are on the estimate that we were just looking at, are those the replacement?
Those are inserts.
Those are
Yeah.
inserts.
it has both,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
It's-
That one was the signature series because he gave us two estimates for both.
That was the new window, right?
Right.
The-
The Marvin.
Go up to
Yeah.
see,
And the other one is an insert. Is that correct?
Yeah, those are
The
inserts.
double hung is an
But
insert.
there's,
oh, did I not send all the right stuff? So I thought he had,
Double hung insert,
Yeah, okay, so those are the ones.
so the 26 inserts, you see?
yeah, I thought that this one had both the inserts and the new construction. I was confused by what he sent us because we had two. One for there were two different types of windows and we were going for the higher end one.
Is that? That's not, that doesn't say insert there.
Yeah,
yeah, because of those.
yeah,
The double hung.
Is
So
there-
Yeah.
that's the
That's the
new
full window.
construction.
yeah. So
New
this
construction.
has both.
You said the new construction.
Yeah, the rough opening.
But
But you're only planning to replace one double hung window, is that
We're
correct?
only planning to, so
Good point.
for our first change,
Right.
and this isn't just so for your information, but not part of our request. For our first change, we are putting in the new window, planning on replacing the dining room windows, which is facing the back with the double hung, the new construction, and then one upstairs with the insert. So that we can see, yes, so that we can see what that would look like if we were, before we do anything to change the front of the house or the visible side.
Yeah.
And I mean, the end decision may be that we do none of the above. So we just were concerned about the timeline of like wanting to, if it is possible to amend our application and include both a request for the new construction and inserts and seek approval for that so that if we decide to do that, then we can order. That would be our preference.
Yeah, that would be the most functional if that's. a-
While we still
that's a
in
possibility.
like time are gonna be considering
Mhm.
what other options we have that will meet our goal. And again, preference is the 6/6 just because we like them, they're pretty, and that's what the house used to have, and some of the windows are 6/6. But if the society prefers 6/1, that's fine too. Not yet, babe. Just very-
I found the the picture in the Mansfield Center history book that clearly shows 6/6s and sent it to Rachel, and I think it kind of bolstered their view that maybe 6/6 was the historically accurate choice. I don't know what our practice is. So I mean, we could amend it to say the windows should be 6/6 if that's something you're comfortable with. I guess the question is, can we approve an application both for inserts and new construction and kind of let the process play itself out, or whether
I don't see why not.
So, yeah, I
We're approving
I
both.
believe we
votes.
can, we just would have to specifically state that in our motion. We would craft some language that would allow them, if that's
ability.
the commission's wish, the flexibility, if you think you have enough information to say that both would be appropriate, I think. And then, if for some reason you can't get this window, if it's back ordered, you would just come back and
Yep.
have a
And
conversation.
if that's,
It's a different product, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I guess it would be not necessary, but it would be nice for us to see the 3 windows you're putting in after you put them in, and just have some verbal input about what our opinions are. I mean, I don't know.
not gonna go in there.
I don't know that we can make that part of that's pretty complicated, but
We could certainly schedule a site visit once the windows in the rear are put in. That's fine. I mean, so in
I mean,
her,
if the answer is we need to do a whole new application for this, then for the windows, we can live with that.
So if we approve a motion for the certificate of appropriateness that gives the homeowners the flexibility of either doing 6/6 inserts or 6/6 new construction, what's the point of going to the house later?
well, I guess the point for me is that they'll be making a decision, and we might have some opinions that would affect their decision, even though we've approved both. It wouldn't be a matter of approval, it would just be a matter of some input. I'm not certain that we can deny them the right to put in new windows, even if we didn't want them to, because we've approved them so many times for other.
I mean,
I think,
I don't think that's a fair
commission
option.
is willing to give them the latitude to do either insert or new. As I read the room, so.
so from what I've heard, I think the most important from the outside visual aspect is preservation of the sills, the exterior sills. So that certainly could be in the motion.
So,
Preservation of the sills is required.
but that would rule out new construction.
Right,
See, that's what I didn't understand. Thank you.
So then
Thank
you must
you.
have approved new construction.
Ah, okay.
And that would be my preference, but I also realize that we have routinely approved replacement windows. And so I don't think it's fair for us to make an exception just on maybe the small matter of the large sills, which these other houses have not had. Yours is a more architected house than most of the ones that come before us. I mean, do people agree with me on that, or?
About preserving the sill.
Well, about that, and also
I-
about whether, even if we do prefer that, whether we really should specify that.
Well, I mean, if we could approve the application, which included, as I see it, maybe it wasn't exactly what you wanted to submit, but it looks like you submitted for inserts.
Well, and there's new construction in there as well, though.
Yeah, the blurb
Oh,
that,
Windows
Sorry, I didn't
outside
know.
of our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Windows within our jurisdiction.
the request, so this had both, sorry for
Yeah.
the request that I typed up was for new construction.
Replace all existing windows that are visible from the road with new
Okay.
construction Marvin Ultimate 6/6 double hung windows. Most of the existing windows are 6/1. We would like to replace the windows with 6/6 so that the windows look more like the original windows. All right, so I think it's hard. I think it's hard for the commission unless you feel comfortable approving both.
I mean, we could wait and see, because you are putting in these other windows. And we could come out and look at those and discuss those and have another public
So-
hearing.
If we don't make a decision at this meeting, it'll set them back 3 or 4 months. Right? Because they'll need to order the ones for the rear of the house and have them installed. And then go through the process of deciding which style they want for the rest of the windows, and then order them and wait, let them installed, and breaking the project. Or is the project can be broken into 2 no matter what?
It's gonna be broken into 2. This is, I mean, a little bit of an efficiency for us, so that we don't have to go through the process again. And so that if we're at a point that once we see everything and we think, yes, this is it, let's hit go, so that we can order the windows and get our contractor committed to our project, all of those things. I mean, we may disagree about this, but I don't. What I'm hearing, I'll reflect what I'm hearing is that, like, traditionally these applications are approved, so there's a part of me that would like to request that this just be approved so that we have the freedom to make this decision, but that there might be some distinction with this particular house because the sills are different. In any event, whatever, I think we would, I will speak for myself, I would welcome, volunteer conversations, like if members of the committee are interested in advising us as we're making this decision, we would welcome that. My understanding is it's not clear about whether that can be or needs to be required, but I'll say that we would welcome the input and guidance, but would also, while this isn't incredibly time consuming, both of us are, have to make arrangements to leave work early and things like that to go through this process. And so if it can be avoided.
Well, the
Then-
application
Yeah.
would be very different than if they want to do inserts, right? Because it's not a part of the application yet.
We have to
Technically.
change that.
The other question is, if you're not making a final decision until after you see the new construction window and the insert window, then you won't be even thinking about ordering for the rest of the house. It's visible until you see
It's
each.
true. Sorry, Yes, except that even getting this process, we started this process 3 months ago when I met with Jolene to find out when is the meeting, when do we submit? And so we're talking then, that's gonna put us, we'll have to go through the whole process of the 2 months before then we can even submit the order, which is just gonna extend,
With the public hearing
yeah.
necessary.
But it wouldn't be
Yeah,
as long as this process.
would not,
because
yes, it would not.
We've done all of this, so we could just immediately schedule a public hearing
Okay,
as soon as you've got the
the windows
the
in.
3 windows in that you're going to make a decision with.
Yeah, we'd have a quick site visit and then we'd schedule the public hearing probably right there.
I can read your. So.
Right, so I think at this point, if we haven't, if we're done receiving information, do you think we have all the information that we need? This is just procedural, sorry,
We should close the public hearing.
do you have anything else you want to add in
don't think
terms of
so.
information?
Does
Okay,
anybody have any
Just-
questions
I
about
just
the
have
other project?
One question, yeah, so you definitely decided you don't want to keep any of the windows that
That's
Any
not,
of the
no,
old ones.
we haven't definitely decided that.
you have not.
We have not.
No, she said,
No.
She said that.
Yes. Right now, we're open to considering all possibilities. And part of the reason why we decided to just put in these first windows, even though our contractor isn't loving us for that, I think, is because in large part because of the committee's input, we decided we wanted to take our time in making this decision. So,
No, that's really smart, especially since you'll be spending a fortune.
yes.
I mean, you don't want to have second thoughts.
No.
on,
No,
You know,
Yeah.
something that big.
And I think as Dave said, you ruled out doing storm windows over the old existing.
No, they.
not ruled out.
Okay,
Everything is,
on the table
Yep.
still.
everything's on. the
Okay,
table.
all right.
I don't love the look of the storm windows on the outside, but I also.
You might not have ruled it out.
I
I don't like it.
I would say it's fair to say though that, I mean,
I will say that the storm windows that you have were not installed in the best manner. There's 2 ways to install them. You can install them on the outside casing, the trim, or you can install them inside that on what are called the blind stops, which actually hold the sash in. If you install them on the inside, they look much better. And yours are installed on the outside.
yeah, they do not look nice.
So
And they're not.
I admit that, you know, it's ideal.
I have been, I mean, putting other people's lives at risk by staring at old windows every house I drive by, trying to make this decision. So, yeah. Nothing is fully decided yet.
Well, I think it's really smart to do it the way you're doing it and actually see what you're going to get in both cases and
Yeah.
you know.
We
compare all
we
the-
got to look at Matt's windows and we liked that enough to feel confident with our dining room window because that's a space where those windows don't function well and we want to be able to open them and.
I'm gonna make a motion that we close the public hearing.
okay,
A second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 all right, so now is when you consider the application. So I just wanna, from my little handy
There you go.
little readings I had for you all. In passing, this is from the Connecticut General Statute. So this is what the statute says when you consider a certificate of appropriateness. In passing on appropriateness as to exterior architectural features, buildings or structures, the commission shall consider, in addition to all pertinent factors, the type and style of exterior windows, doors, light fixtures, signs, above ground utilities, mechanical. In passing upon appropriateness as to exterior architectural features, the commission shall also consider, in addition to any other pertinent factors, the historical and architectural value and significance, architectural style, scale, design, arrangement, texture, and material of the architectural features involved and the relationship thereof to the exterior architectural style. That's a lot of words, but it's just a little reminder of why we're here. We're trying to preserve the architectural features of the structure as best we
Right.
can.
I think one of the challenges here is we don't have a side view of the new window, the new construction, new window, to see how the sill would look. And we don't have a sketch of the existing sills. So it's hard to know what change we're really making.
But we'll have better than that if they do what they're planning to do. We'll be
Right.
able to, and they will be able to look at exactly what the options look like. So I guess it seems to me that if we wait for approval until then, it works out for everybody. And the most it would cost you is 1 month. Because we could immediately schedule the public hearing, and that has to be 2 weeks, am I correct? You have to.
So
publish-
staff has to publish within 15 and 5 days, so it's pretty
We would
quick.
Also have to
There's only
schedule.
one ad.
Yeah,
site-
yeah, but it has
Is
to be
it?
within
Oh,
15,
or
yeah,
5, yeah.
Yes.
sorry.
So we'd have to schedule the site visit as well.
Yeah, you pop those in, you call, we schedule it, and then, yeah, we would take, we would take a new application from you just to, make our record complete. It's just a little bit difficult, I think,
to leave
based on
smoke
the, yeah, cause you're just not sure yet. It's a little bit difficult for us.
Sure.
So.
Well,
Um,
yeah,
So,
I guess my okay, if I can voice the concern, like, that we want to take care of the house, we want to make a good decision, but I don't want this decision here to be setting a precedent that is putting us in a different position than we would have been if we weren't considering broader options. And it is feeling a little bit like that our willingness to consider broad options is actually putting us at greater risk of our application not being approved, which doesn't, I'm just.
So I'll speak for myself only. It's not that, I applaud you for being deliberative and coming up with what you feel is the right long-term solution for your property. The question I've been wrestling with is, we don't really know exactly what you're proposing. And that makes me uncomfortable.
Well, so.
If we
So-
just.
sort of, I have to sort of stop the dialogue a little bit. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do this,
Which I
but
should.
we're outside.
It's not.
The public hearing is closed, so we do have to just sort of talk amongst the commission
Oh, okay.
members
Okay,
at this point. Procedurally, we just don't wanna have to go back and do this all over again because we didn't follow correct procedure. So
Okay, so if we were to approve the application for appropriateness as written by them and applied, it's new construction.
it's new.
or the
construction.
windows with.
6/6 new construction.
So if we approve that, then if they change their mind, they just have to come back to us and say, we like the insert better, or we want to put storm windows on. Do
And
we
if
get a
you-
proposal that they put storm windows on? They-
There are storm windows on.
No, but if they change them from the face mounted ones to the insert ones, is that something we would approve for storm windows? I've never done a storm window issue here.
I don't really know. I mean, with roofs, if they put on asphalt shingles to replace asphalt shingles, then we still approve it. So I suppose so, just because they're doing work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, so why don't we sort of methodically do this? So the first application they have is for the fencing. Do we have a consensus in terms of approval on the fencing?
Yes,
The second was the HVAC. Do we have a consensus on the location, the materials?
same.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna be suggesting that we require screening plantings required in accordance with the installment specs of the manufacturer. So once you have them installed and you have all of the information on those are the condensers, correct? It'll give you a separation distance and then you can do your plantings. We're not gonna tell you, it should be in accordance with those. So I've sort of jotted down that. So the first two are good. Now we're at the windows, 6/6 new construction in accordance with the application.
I guess I'd rather wait and see what the differences are, actually see.
Because of the cells, the old cells.
Yeah, because those, we
Not
haven't,
familiar with
we
them.
haven't, we have not, we've approved new construction windows, but not with such heroic sills as you have.
Right.
So those are an important element. They're probably twice as thick as what you'll get with the new window.
Mhm.
I guess I'm not sure whether. I guess maybe it's not important, but setting a precedent for approving several different options at once is,
I think what we were talking about was approving the application as it was submitted. Also 6/6 new construction.
Yeah.
And asking the owners if, after consideration of their options, once the rear units are installed, if they change their mind, we would need a new application to essentially amend today's action. So is that how you, because I think that was how you framed it.
Yeah, so I guess the big question, Dave, is whether we can not approve it simply because of the sills, where we've allowed other people just to put the windows in without getting down to
How
that kind of
how thick the
detailing.
sill is.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever.
I don't have any history with
that.
prior window.
well, we have,
Mine,
I mean, while I've been on the commission, we haven't come up against windows with such large sills, not even close. I mean, probably the Fitch House has similar sills, and I should remember because I've worked on it a lot, but I don't. But it's the same architect, so I presume that's the same. So
And those can't be saved with new construction.
not really.
Okay.
I mean, you could put in new construction you could put in new construction windows. I guess you could. But what you'd have to do is take the sills out, put in the new construction windows, and then reinstall the sills. And I'm sure your contractor would. I mean, unless he's a real restoration contractor, he'd go crazy.
I mean, he kind of is. Are you talking about the Fitch House, the original Fitch House or the Fitch
The
Mansion?
one that
or
looks
Fitch
like
House?
Cara.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Fitch House is Ed's house, right?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, there are several in town, so.
Yeah,
I don't think those windows have been replaced.
What?
Ed,
Yes, they have.
so there's our windows.
I thought he painted them.
we did that too.
Oh,
We did inserts.
Our contractor, I don't know if he did the windows on Ed's house, but he's done work on Ed's house. And his father did like all the Victorians and not all of them, but a lot of Victorians and Woodstock and stuff. So he is we have not talked about this option yet or priced it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bring it up.
We want him to do some work for us.
If a foundation were funding it and they wanted to put in new windows, they might consider something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at the photo for the mini splits
Yeah,
and they're nice and thick, but I don't know that they're any thicker than any other historic property.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I've worked on these old properties for 40 years. I haven't seen any sills that thick. And the only ones I think that might be that thick are the pitch house that's the B and B on 195.
So that's the assessment based on the exterior profile of the sill.
Yeah, it's like 2.5, 2.25 inches thick.
Doesn't look that way in the picture, Dave.
Well, that's my memory from having been there. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look particularly thick, but I wonder if they're all the
I
same.
wonder if it was thicker on the front.
I wonder if that's true.
I don't have. Is that a picture?
Is that the front?
No, look, wait, right?
Yeah, this is above the porch. thing, right? This looks thicker than the one on the side, doesn't it? It may be different.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
huh. Well, that would be the kind of thing Fitch did. I mean, he was into facades. And that's something I didn't notice. The only window I looked at carefully was on the first floor in the front.
We were looking at the inside.
Yeah, but we were looking at the outside too. So that could be the case. They could be different. Which
Yeah, the photo.
we should have noted and didn't.
Yeah, darn it. Sorry. He's on the slope.
Yeah, that's true.
And the. Buy differently too, right? Beyond the window trim.
On this one.
That closer to being flush with the trim, vertical trim. This.
No, it looks like it goes by a little bit here too.
Okay, but they look like they're different. They're not the same all the way around the house.
So.
So
So
what-
one
I
of
guess-
the ways we could proceed is if someone could put forward a motion. And then take a vote. And I mean,
We need 3 motions on this.
Or is A, B, and C?
so I've written it as one. But if you are. So the consensus is to approve the fencing and the HVC, and the sort of
Correct.
the unknown at this point is the windows.
Right.
So you could just amend the motion, whoever makes the motion could certainly amend the motion and then take the vote. And see how it goes.
Okay, so
Okay.
but would we take, and you break it up into 2 motions then? One motion for the fence and the.
You could certainly do that, yes, yep, you could
Okay.
absolutely do that. Yep. Stab? You wanna take a stab?
Me?
Yep.
Somebody wanna take a
Okay.
stab at a motion? Okay.
Then I move to approve the application
Yeah,
for
sorry, that's a
certificate of
typo.
appropriateness of Rachel Tim for fencing and HVAC on property located at 11 Center Street, located in the Mansfield Center Historic District, assessors parcel ID number 29.114.61, file number H0068, in accordance with the following conditions. Fencing is approved only for the materials and locations as shown on application materials and presented at the 10/22/26
Oh.
public hearing.
Sorry, 2025. I'm getting a year ahead of myself.
2025 public hearing. HVAC equipment is approved only for the materials and locations as shown on application materials and presented at the 10/22/25 public hearing. And with the understanding that landscaping appropriate to clearances from the HVAC units will be installed at a later date.
Okay.
Does anyone second the motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. So. Is there any more discussion about regarding the windows?
No.
So I'm not trying to complicate things, but I do want to just say there is some time on the application for the windows. You, by law, by statute, you don't have to make a decision on the windows for 65 days from the date of the application, which takes us to Thanksgiving. That's not going to be enough time for you to do what you need to do, correct?
So from the approval, we need to make a purchase within 65 days.
No,
We have to act on your petition.
yeah,
The duty is on us.
So it's
So you could not vote here. Is that what I'm hearing?
For 65
You could
days,
table it.
technically.
correct.
so
So I had a thought. I don't know if it's amenable to all parties. And could the motion be amended to approve new construction windows for the rear of well, for all windows except the front, and the fronts be inserts? I don't know if that works for everybody, because the fronts are where the sills apparently are the issue.
Right, and now I feel uncomfortable about everything, since I'm relying on my memory, which is now pretty much shot.
So perhaps,
And that would allow the homeowners, if they were to see the new windows once they're installed in the rear, to either go ahead with that plan because they don't have strong feelings about inserts in the front, or if they really want to do new construction on front, they want to come back.
But I think we would still have, if we don't want to hold them up again, if they decided to do the inserts, then we would still have to have another public hearing, so that doesn't work very well for them.
the
No,
inserts
no.
all around.
oh,
Because that's not in their application technically.
So
That's
let's,
written.
so let's do a motion on their application. Which
A and
is
B.
6/6,
Oh, okay.
new construction.
so those windows.
Unless you decide to table your decision tonight. Just knowing that the public hearing is closed. So it would simply be tabling the decision.
And we would have to have a meeting to make a decision.
Mhm.
But we've had the public hearing,
Right, but we could table old business to the next meeting.
right?
So we would not need another public hearing.
Correct, we would absolutely not.
Would we need a public? There was an amendment to the application.
If they were to go to inserts, technically, yes,
Yeah.
right, because it's not written in the application, if they want to insert.
So I guess personally, I feel better if I could look at the house again, because I'm not certain anymore about whether the lower front windows are different than the upper ones, or whether the front windows are different than the side windows. And I would hate to hold things up because of a misconception of it.
Let me ask you as a skilled window installer, among many other skills, could you add underneath the sill that Marvin provides, could you add a strip of wood so that the thickness of the sill replicates the existing sill?
Yeah, we did that a lot.
So there you go.
So could we do that technically to say that the new construction is approved with
With the provisos
that
that.
they match the existing sills on all windows?
Are thickened to
The
match
existing
the
sills
existing thickness. of the sill.
on the sills, whether on the side or the front, since we don't know
And
exactly
if,
their measurements.
and if the decision by the owners is to go back to inserts, we're gonna have to take this up again anyway.
Yeah.
So that would allow them to move forward with the application as presented with one modification and potentially not lose
Time if they want to go to two
plus
new
months
builds.
later.
Mhm.
The only caveat I would have to that is that if they did put wood, I mean, we tried to impregnate the wood to make it as
Durable.
good as it could be.
Yeah.
But it probably still wouldn't be as good as the 19th century wood they've got now
Understood.
in terms of longevity.
What would they possibly use?
But you could use mahogany or something. You could, you know. does it
Yeah,
have
but
to
if
be
they're
wood?
adding extra
Hmm?
wood, if
So-
they're adding extra wood, right, to thicken it, would they use plastic wood, the white?
Or if they were adding it to the existing sill.
Yeah, from the new,
There'd be a seam there.
that could be hidden pretty easily or not,
No,
but not noticeable from the road probably, right? It'd be so subtle. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah. A lot of the, if you use something like AZEK, it moves so much,
okay,
it expands and contracts
correct,
a
okay.
lot, way more than it would.
Okay,
I'm just trying to find a motion that
Mhm.
Yeah,
allows for progress,
well,
but doesn't foreclose.
I think maybe we should move. I mean, we may have a majority for accepting exactly as it's written. So I think we should, I'll make the motion that we just find the move to approve the application for a certificate of appropriateness of Stephanie Giddings.
No, Rachel, no,
Rachel.
it's the next one
Oh,
down.
yeah,
Yep,
sorry.
Rachel.
Yeah,
For windows,
yeah, for move to approve the application for certificate of appropriateness of Rachel Tim for windows on property located at 11 Center Street, located in the Mansfield Center Historic District. Window replacements, as indicated in the, no,
in the
they have a application that calls for 6/6, correct?
6/6 new construction.
Window replacements will be 6/6 new construction.
That's the front.
Have a second?
Do you have a second?
I second that motion.
Eric's sooner, no.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye,
Matt? I, 1, 2,
Motion carried.
3, 4, 4 to 7. Thank you.
It's very effective deliberating.
So we all understand you might change your game plan.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we will submit it.
And